Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And Jack checked in from Bensonville, said, give me that biscuit. I need it today really bad.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he says, she says bullshit. I think you better quit, let it slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip.
Well, there you go. And Jack in Bensonville specifically checked in today because he's been up all night, because apparently people didn't realize that this coming weekend is July 4th weekend. I don't know what went down. Other people from Bensonville can check in. I don't know what went down in Bensonville last night, but apparently everybody that went over to Indiana to buy the fireworks came back and blew them off last night because they put them. I can see this like really clearly in a like say a Bensonville pantry area, let's say, or your mud room. You buy all the fireworks, you put them in there and go, okay, cool. These are good for Friday. But it's Sunday night, and it was nice out. And you're like, well, okay, we can blow off one right now in Bensonville.
It's like Halloween candy. It never makes it there.
Thank you. They emptied the bag out. And, again, other people from Bensonville can check in. It must have been louder than anything because he said he's been up all night. He has 2 dogs. They didn't sleep. And people just basically went for the full-on fireworks show last night. He said somebody in his neighborhood had the ones you see at big shows, which I mean – like the big, humongous 48-foot flower things blowing up in a neighborhood. I don't know. People can check in and let us know what was going on in Bensonville last night.
That would make me mad.
Well, I know that in Chicago, we do it becomes a week-long celebration. You hear a few pops here and there on Sunday, but it sounds like he had a whole show in his neighborhood going on last night. And no one just couldn't wait till Friday or Thursday, whatever night you're going to do.
So patriotic.
Very patriotic, yeah. You have fireworks set up already, Kenzie, at the house? They are ready to blow?
Hell no.
Oh, that's too bad. That's
Hell
too bad.
No.
Yeah.
The way someone would lose a hand in this family. Absolutely not.
Oh.
No one's allowed to. They can watch.
Witnesses, not participants.
Yes.
In the Kenzie household.
Yeah, no way.
Casey, you buy a bunch of fireworks this weekend?
Come on, I'm so patriotic.
I know.
On now.
Yeah. Well, it's not also about patriotism. It's just about blowing stuff up. It's pretty cool.
Which is patriotism.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what this country was founded on.
Blowing stuff
Hey,
up?
What if we blew stuff up?
Case.
No, that's what it was. Boston Tea Party. Ever heard of it?
Well, ever heard of it? Yeah. I mean, but I don't know if, again, I'm just targeting Bensonville because that's where he checked in from about how it all played out, but I don't know if it was louder than other suburbs. I heard a few pops in my neighborhood.
Well, do you buy fireworks? Do you go across state lines buy fireworks? Because if not, then we should go.
Well, we can make a run. I don't really have an area to set up in my apartment. I have a parking space. I have a tandem parking space behind.
I've seen the alley behind where you live.
Yeah.
And I bet I could light off some fireworks there.
Well, here's what I'll do. Stop by Menards on the way out. We'll buy those orange cones. I'll cone off an area to set up a fireworks explosion zone.
Yeah.
In the alley.
Well, that's the least you can do.
Which has.
Don't you think it's going to be tough to tell officers if you weren't shooting off fireworks? You have a zone.
I'll make a zone. Yeah. I'll try to clear out the feral cats and the garbage bins in the area where we'll blow off.
I bet they'll move once they hear one. I wouldn't worry about it.
Feral cats go, pew!
I think they'll clear on their own there.
Yeah. Well, get ready for it this week. I people that have animals, I've talked to friends that have them, and they use those, what do you call it, the fire coat or the...
I believe it's called a thunder jacket. Explain to me what a fire coat would be.
So I guess keep the dog from these fire
I thought you thought it was going to start on fire. Like, why are all these pets going to start on fire?
Yeah.
Well, Brian's shooting bottle rockets at them.
In an alleyway full of pets.
Yeah, I figure we shoot a bottle rocket at a dog. It bounces with the fire coat. It bounces off. I thought that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess those things work really good.
Thunder vest is the term you're looking for.
Thunder vest.
Fire coat works too.
I want a thunder jacket for me.
Uh-huh.
Because they look slimming. They're very.
Oh, yeah.
They're like a skim.
Yeah.
know-
They're like a skim. Look at you knowing what's up.
I know what's going on.
You want to start wearing Skims?
Well, but a thunder jacket that a dog would wear, because that tucks them in nice and tight.
There you go.
Do they have skims for men?
They do.
Do they, Kenzie? I don't trust
Why do you?
Case.
Case it just told you.
They're the official underwear of the NBA.
I know, but are they really?
Yeah, they've got an on-court
You
sponsorship.
sounded like Scooby Doo. Really?
I would just, in the skims universe, I'm just going to trust Kenzie more than you on this one.
Well, I'm not a guy though, so like I don't shop in the guy section.
So the skims, if you go in the section, it wouldn't have guys and girls together. Would it like go to the guys section for the guys skims?
Yeah, so like every other website ever that's selling clothing, you go to the tab, we'll go to like a men and women's.
Dude, should we buy Skims? They have a bunch on their website.
Who does?
Do
Skim.
they have like a stomach thing?
What do you think it was
What's
on aisle
wrong with
101?
you?
No, I just didn't know what I was looking at. So how much is a man's skim for the stomach area?
Okay, you got to be a little bit more specific. Are you looking for like a tank top?
Is there something for the gut area? I don't need something on. Oh, so it's a tank top that would suck in my gut too. It goes all the way down.
Here's what, when you go on the Skims website, boxers and briefs, tees and tanks, hoodies and sweatshirts, bottoms, pajamas, bundles, and socks.
Well, I don't need anything sucked in the boxer brief area.
Yeah, I know.
Not
I know what
me?
you're saying.
Yeah.
They probably have they sell both, so they probably have something with padding in that area.
I'm thinking that. Maybe
okay.
for me, that'd be good.
And then the tank top sucks in your gut, probably, right? Okay.
Yes.
How much does one of those cost?
Our internet's very slow, so it's a t-shirt is $44.
Jeez.
You know,
The
back on my
men's
day.
ribbed 3-pack of tanks is $68. But you get 3.
So 3 tanks for $68.
Yeah.
What if we become tank top guys?
I wanted to do that last summer. I never pulled it off.
Oh man, I might becoming a tank top guy.
Oh, here's the men's slim tank. Mm-hmm. That must, I would imagine that, does the magic. That's $48.
For one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That might
But
be worth
it works more because of how expensive it is.
Yeah, because the 3 other ones are probably loose. Or they're not.
This is the slim tank.
Got it. I mean, I could just eat better. but that sounds stupid. Yeah.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. And this is according to the American Farm Bureau, which I check every morning at 3 a.m. I do a detailed report of the American Farm Bureau. I get it sent to my phone. I actually call a farmer to verify. I have one farmer I check in with that this is the real report, right? This is no AI report. This is the real one. And the average 4th of July cookout cost in Chicago this year. So you got a couple days to shop and buy for stuff. And we have that price coming in. And you can take a guess. It's kind of like a Price is Right game a little bit. You can go over on this, though. But I don't know, Kenzie, what you have planned for you have a home, unlike me and Case, so you can kind of spread. You can kind of spread. I'm not saying we live in a box under a
Are you
bridge.
guys okay?
Well, apartment life is different. A lot of times there's a common area with a grill and people can share it that way. But you have your own home. I'm not saying that in an elitist way at all. But you can invite more people than we could in our apartment settings.
Right. So I'm going to be road tripping actually for over the weekend, and I'm going to go to my parents for it. So they'll host it.
Oh, so they got to do all the work. That's even better. You're just going to show up for the barbecue.
You know what? I think I'd rather host a barbecue than road trip 7 hours with a 16-month-old. I got to be honest.
Oh.
But it's fine. We'll trade it off.
When you're driving back in that 7 hours, you get that little styrofoam plate and you just kind of throw pieces of pork back at the kid when he's in the seat. He starts crying. You got little some rib tips.
Babies love rib tips.
Oh, they love burnt ends. So good. Dunk them in the barbecue sauce.
I'm just going to put barbecue sauce in his bottle. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, God, I would love a baby bottle full of barbecue sauce. That'd be so
What
good.
is this? Sweet Baby Ray's?
You can do that, by the way.
I might do that this weekend. What do you think the average cost of a Chicago 4th of July barbecue will be this weekend, Kenzie?
And there's no amount of people listed. It's just the average cost.
Just the average, so it could be anybody from a party of 1
I know. That's what makes it hard.
to 70 people, according to the American Farm Bureau, who I trust more than anybody on earth.
I'm going to put the average cost at $250.
$250. There we go. Right there. Case, what
Because
do
of
you...
what you said, because some people won't. So the average cost.
Yeah, average cost. Case,
Those
what do you
damn
think?
averages.
Yeah. Say somewhere in the middle.
I'm going to go $251.
Oh, he's playing Price is Right game.
I hate you, and I mean that. I actually do.
Well, we'll give you the exact price, what you're planning. I'd love to hear people what they're planning because people love talking about their smoker. 28 hours, got the barbecue in there on your Weber, and
well, what are you doing?
well, I have my Weber Lumen Electric on my deck.
Heard of it?
Yeah, which I will do. My typical is brats, burgers, hot dogs, chicken, and that's just for me. And then we'll figure out everybody else. Everybody else can just bring what they want, and they can bring carry-ins. Love spending time on the grill on July 4th. We'll have that answer for you just 3 minutes after the pumpkins, so you can kind of gauge where you're at, what you're spending, what you've already done, what you're planning. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 for your July 4th barbecue.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with a fact that makes your brain go. And this is about the average 4th of July cookout cost in Chicago, the entire area. When I say that, or anywhere you can hear us, even if you're on the app. I mean, this qualifies because you're most likely in a 100, 200-mile radius. You can listen on a smart speaker in your house. So however you hear the show live and then the podcast even later, you can listen anytime, at night, whatever. This covers you. So everybody listening, the American Farm Bureau sent me their report at 3 a.m. like they do every Monday morning, and I looked it over, and we broke it down. So the average cost of a barbecue in Chicago for 4th of July. Kenzie said $250. Case, evil as he is, did the prices right and said $251. $251 and closed her out. You're both wrong.
Really?
And again, we say this could be a party of one with one hot dog on the grill and one Thunder Bomb to celebrate the 4th of July. Or it could be up to 100 people. The average 4th of July cookout, which, by the way, is 30 cents less than last year. I don't know how that's possible because everything seems to still go up.
30 cents less?
30 cents less. And the average price is $70.92. You both went over.
Well, I was closest.
Yeah, but in Price is Right rules, you still lose if you go over.
You said it's not Price is Right rules.
I know, but I went back to it. I changed my mind.
You said you could go over. That's what you said.
Fine. Kenzie wins. So here's what they included. I think that is still incredibly low because for a small barbecue that I'm going to have is going to cost more than $70. So
Wow, did you invite Case to that?
Kenzie, I wasn't. I just took the disrespect as is.
it's
You
Monday.
know he's single. You know he has nothing to do.
I have nothing going on. I have no friends. I have no prospects. I have nothing going on.
No
Why
prospects?
would you not invite him?
I
And
am-
you also didn't invite me, but I'm going out of town, but you didn't know that until about 30 seconds ago.
No, I predicted it. I
Yeah.
predicted you weren't going to be around.
But at least invite Case.
I'm going to be here. I got nothing going on. What do you think I'm going to do?
Look
Talk
at
to a
him.
woman?
Look at him. Look at his face.
Jesus. First off, it's Monday. I don't do my invites till Wednesday.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah. That way it weeds out who really will come. Because people, if you get that early invite, it makes you feel good, but you're not going to come anyway. I can't plan for like 70 people to come over. This way I know who's really going to show.
Hey, I'm not going to have plans on Wednesday, okay?
All right, I'll ask you Thursday.
Okay.
I forgot, July 4th's Friday.
It is.
So
Yes.
I'll ask you Thursday.
Why wouldn't you invite me? You know I have nothing going on.
And he just went through a breakup. God forbid he gets to hang out with a family.
Yeah. Remind me of what I once
Hook
had.
him up with Harper.
Jeez.
Before everybody
She's
moved
not
out of
seeing
my
anybody.
before everybody moved out of my apartment, I had something of a family.
Yeah,
I don't have that
yeah,
anymore. It'd be nice to just play pretend and simulate what it was like to have camaraderie with others.
Well, see, you're not selling me because you feel like a downer. you feel like you're gonna be I don't want a downer at my 4th of July barbecue. This would be a buzzkill.
Sorry.
I mean, at a minimum, let him come get a hot dog. Good Lord.
Like, Kenzie's fun.
Yeah,
Like,
oh my
Kenzie's
God, yeah.
But
lively.
you didn't invite me either.
I know, because I just didn't want to buy extra stuff, but with Case, it would just be a buzzkill.
Yeah.
God,
No,
we're
I'd be a good time.
I know you'd be a good. You even amp it up more in real life. Like, just like when you're outside the work setting.
I know I'm happier because I'm not at work.
Yeah, that's right.
You were afraid like I talked about my feelings or something?
Oh God. Like, it'll go fine, then I'll get trapped in a corner with you somewhere, and it's like,
That was like my old coworker was in this toxic dating relationship, and every time he'd show up to our events, he'd be like, "Man, when am I gonna have this?" Like Wednesday, and you're always like, "Oh God."
oh,
I don't know. Maybe you should stop dating her. It never works out. It was just like, okay, you're trying to flip a burger. It's so uncomfortable.
There's no way to get out of those conversations. I'm trapped at the grill. I'm a grill man. I'm a Weber grill man. I'm there.
And I just see Brian just standing there vulnerable like, oh, man, things are not going well.
Look at your family.
Yeah.
I don't have a family.
Man, I don't know how you did this, man. I'd kill to be you.
And then I'm like,
I'd
Case.
kill to sleep with your wife and get her pregnant. Man, would I love that.
Oh, God, man, if I were you, I would not let that go.
Yeah. No, I'd bend it over tonight. It always goes to a level where you're like, well, kind of sounds like.
At that point, I'd have to pause, flip a piece of chicken on the grill, and go, you know, Case, we're a little low on ice. Can you run this? Can you run the 7-Eleven for me and give me a bag of ice?
And I'd be like, man, I don't have a car. I can't go.
Can Megan drive me?
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
A lot in sports, but first, the highlights of your weekend. You check in 312-591-8300. Case, what do you see on the text line?
I've got a few here. I like this one from Chad. He said the highlight of his weekend was going fishing with his best friend and his two boys, and they caught 92 bluegills.
What?
I think they were fishing with dynamite.
What kind of fish is a bluegill? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, I've heard of a bluegill.
I haven't. I've never seen it on like a menu. Like our specialized bluegill. I've never heard that.
That's a good point.
But it's a mainstream fish.
Yeah. It's, I was thinking, what's the show? What's the show?
Give it the show.
The Alaska fishing show.
Deadliest Catch.
Deadliest Catch. What are these guys? Deadliest Catch? Sorry. Very late joke.
Oh my God. Boy, should you have decided to move on from that.
I had to get there. 92 fish.
92 fish.
I'm glad there's people still out there fishing because I feel like it's something that just went away with society and the way we are. And glad. So like when the zombie apocalypse comes, I have to have a fisherman in my group.
Well, you can't just become the fisherman?
No. Can you imagine trying to fish the first time when zombies are just all over the earth? Like that fisherman, those guys are going to be calm and catch fish and feed the group. Mm-hmm. That's as long as you're friends with them.
Of course, of course. 708 also checked in. This is Jamie from Chicago Ridge. On Friday, me and my family purchased our first new home.
Hell yes. Congratulations. Good stuff.
That's awesome.
It's hard to do that out there these days.
You know, homes expensive. They're very expensive now.
And the big reason is no one's selling them.
Well, no, because why sell if you're not going to make a 600% profit?
And if you're going to do that, you have to find another place to live.
That's why people don't realize, like, you have to have more than one property already for this to work out for you, because you're just going to overpay for, like, you have to overpay for houses you sell right now, but then they would just have to buy and overpay for somebody else's house.
Yeah, everybody, and a lot of people will say, you know, my home, which I'm glad people bought a home like 4 or 5 years ago, was worth, like, let's say it was worth 200, now it's worth 500. And they're like, yeah. But now you get to buy a house, you need 600. So the math is not mathing.
Yeah. It only helps if you're actually in the stage of life where you're ready to downsize.
To a tent.
So you could actually go downsize to like whatever, like you have your family home and now you're empty nesters. So you can go small. So then you could make a profit. Or if you have multiple properties you could move into. Besides that, it's an equal trade-off of overpriced. So it doesn't really matter.
It's tough. But hey, I'm glad they found a home.
773 checked in. This is a bluegill expert. Kenzie, he can answer all your questions on bluegill. Apparently, it's a panfish, very tasty, and usually served in fish fries, mostly in Wisconsin. On the menu is where they've seen them. They were actually sold at Mariano's for a little bit, but according to Mike in Chicago, 773, hasn't seen them in a while.
Because that guy caught them all.
Yeah, what do you think happened to bluegill?
he basically, I don't know where he went fishing exactly, but he sopped up all the bluegill from that lake, and now Mariano's can't get any.
Oh, man. Supply chain, you know? This is what I heard about in the news.
I mean, I went to a fish fry, let's see, it was like a month ago at the Irish Center. So that was bluegill I was eating? He's saying fish fries?
No, I mean, they fry other fish.
Oh. I thought he meant like that's the standard fish for fish fries, is bluegill.
I'd probably argue that walleye is. Walleye's
big Midwest fish. Big Midwest fish there, walleye. I don't know.
I don't know. We have to look up the most common fish fry fish.
Try to say that 3 times fast.
Fish fry fish.
I feel like we can't tell you what fish you ate.
I don't know what I ate either, but it was good. They should have saw me coming when they said all you can eat fish fry for like $9. Forget it. You're ruining your profit margin. I'm taking you out.
Oh, I've got one more highlight of the weekend. Paul just checked in and said that he ate enormous corn dogs with his son at the beach.
Oh.
I haven't had a corn dog in a minute.
When they're right, they're right.
Oh, man.
A corn dog?
Yeah.
I love corn dogs.
Yeah.
I remember. Remember we ordered them from that place in Lincoln Park?
Hell yeah, I remember.
We delivered them in the
So
morning.
good.
I'm sorry I can't remember that place, but to give them a shout out.
I think it was in Wrigley, wasn't it?
It was North Side, but
Oh, Kong dog.
Kong Dong?
I think so. Maybe.
I don't think it was dong. I don't think it was Kong dong.
I guess that wouldn't make any sense.
I think that's what you were doing last night. I don't think it has anything to do with what we were doing.
Well, I'm all alone.
Well, you made that clear this morning.
Kong dog, that would make more sense.
Ah, yes.
Dogs on the brain.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.